So that's text. The next thing, and this is one of my favorite things about LaTeX, is entering references, particularly for scientific journal articles like I work on. You have to add a whole bunch of references, and it happens that if you write a very long document, you reference the same thing over and over and over again. Sometimes you change which order the references are in your text, but standard practice is that references in the bibliography are listed in the order in which they're used. LaTeX takes care of all of that for you. If you add a new reference above your old references, it will automatically change the reference numbers for you. So all you have to do is keep track of what reference whatever you're writing comes from. So for example, if I wanted to say that some author said something, and I want to show proof for it, I'm going to type that author said this thing. And you want to give her credit for it. So first you need to put the reference into your bibliography. So you can see over here, way over here on the left hand side, this coding block that I'm in is the main coding block. But all of my bibliography references are in sample.bib. And you could rename this something else, but it needs to be .bib. And you can see that there's already a bunch of references in here. But let's just assume that I don't already have the reference that I would like to cite here. But I do have the paper. So let's go to this paper that I want to reference, and I will just copy the title. You could copy as much of it as you want, but typically if you copy the title, and then you go to Google Scholar, so scholar.google.com, and you just paste in the title, most of the time there's only going to be one paper out there on the internet with that exact title. And you can see here, I put that into Google Scholar, I got a single reference. This is the only paper on the entire internet with that title. Great, so this is the one I'm looking for. By the way, if I wanted to download the PDF for that, I would go here. But what I'm interested in right now is getting the citation that I can put into LaTeX. So I go to this little quotation mark here down at the bottom, the blue quotation mark, and you see if I hover over it, it says cite. I click on that, and it has a whole bunch of different methods of citing it, MLA format, APA format, and so forth. I don't want any of those because the AIAA template that I downloaded for LaTeX already has the citation format coded into it. So I don't have to think about the citation format at all. I just go down to this BibTeX hyperlink, click on that, and you can see that it just gives me a plain text reference of everything that plain text reference with all of the information that I want. So I just copy that plain text, Control C, come back to my LaTeX template, and I could place this anywhere I want as long as it's not in the middle of some other reference. So I could put it here, I could put it up here. I always just like to put it down at the end to make sure that I don't accidentally place it in some other reference, and I just Control V, and now I have that. And we pay a little bit of attention to this here. That the title that LaTeX has given this article is Paoluzzi 2008 John. Okay, so if I come back up to main text, and now I want to cite this, I just type in \cite. So that's my coding to say I want to cite something. And then as soon as I put that first bracket in, you can see it gives me all of my potential citations. And if I start to type in Paoluzzi, there it is. It's right there. So I don't even have to type the whole thing in. I know that's it. I just click on it and I'm done. And now if I recompile, and I'm looking for it to show up here, it might take it a little while because it's new. So Jane Doe said this thing, and I'd like to give her credit for it here. And you can see that now this is the very first citation that I made in this paper, and it gives it 1. This LaTeX template has other citations that it had already made, but LaTeX automatically knows, okay, this is the first time that I've seen a citation. I'm going to give it number one. And now what you didn't see is all of the other citations that were made in this paper got their numbers changed as well because this was the first one. So it already changed the bibliography. And if I come on down here to my references, it already put that as number one. It had originally listed this as number one, and it moved it down automatically because the one that I just cited is now the first one cited in the paper. So it keeps track of these reference numbers, and it updates everything automatically for you, so you don't have to keep track of which one you cited first. It also puts it in the format that AIAA wants it in automatically. That's pre-coded into the AIAA format. So there's a whole bunch of formatting tasks that are done for you automatically, and so that saves you time. It also guarantees that you got it right. The format is definitely the way AIAA wants it. So it does it automatically, and it saves you time, and it also gets it right. You can be fairly sure that the formatting is correct. So it saves you time and does it probably better than you would do it. So that's one of the reasons that I like doing references in LaTeX so much.